Hi, welcome to the Mangala Samiti podcast, where I talk about business, life, personal development, and other ideas that matter. I am your host, Mangala Samiti, and I am many things: a chartered global management accountant, CFO, author, voiceover artist, and so much more. But I really am just one thing, and that is a creator. I create content and solutions to problems and challenges. I hope this podcast will help you on your own journey to greatness.
Hello to you all. I trust you've had a great week and had an awesome Easter weekend and great celebrations with the family and spent some good quality time with them. This week, I want to share something with you that I came to the realization of a couple of years ago, and that is that money is not the only resource. I remember a couple of years ago when I was 21 years old and I got an idea to develop the biggest website in Zambia. I was in Zambia at the time, and it was going to be the largest site ever in the country. I was going to get it over every screen in schools, in companies and businesses, everywhere. And I started this project. I called it Strictly Z. This was a website that would encompass a lot of things: entertainment, education, heritage, tourism, a lot of things about the beauty of Zambia. And I started the project. At the time, I went all around. I got all stakeholders that I could get to want to sponsor, who would want to advertise on the business, the content. I spoke to the Zambia Tourism Board. I spoke to the National Heritage Council of Zambia. I spoke to businesses to get them to advertise on the site. And the only thing that was waiting, that was pending, was the actual website. So I started the development of the website. I knew nothing about web design at the time. And what I did was, I had a friend who said he did websites. So I spoke to him, I engaged him, I asked him if he could design a website for me. And he said yes. And when he gave me a website, I looked at it, I wasn't happy. It wasn't the vision that I had in my mind. So I say to myself, maybe I should pay someone. Maybe I should spend some money on the website. And I remember I spoke to Dad at the time, and my dad said he was going to sponsor it and he would help me out. And I was grateful. It was a vision that I was proud of, a vision that I would see to fruition. I had another friend who said his brother did websites and the like. So I engaged that friend and we discussed. I paid him the deposit. He came to me with a mock-up of the website and I said, okay, looks like we're getting somewhere. And after that, he just became quiet, despondent, and it took him quite some time to get back to me with a website. And after multiple phone calls, multiple messages, I don't think WhatsApp was there at the time, 2011. No. So after multiple phone calls, multiple emails, I finally got him to give me a website. And when I looked at it and he told me it's done, it's ready, I'm going to deliver it to you. When it came to me, I was very, very disappointed, because it was just a basic website. It didn't encompass any of the things that we had spoken about. It didn't encompass any of the vision that I had had. And he was asking me for content. I gave him content, but the website just didn't make the mark. And I had paid him, mind you. But I couldn't understand why even after paying him, he still couldn't deliver. And it took me a couple of years after that, when I got into SEMA full-time and I started studying strategy, that I learned that money is not the only resource. There's other resources in strategy. There is management, makeup, manpower, management information, methods, markets, machinery, and materials. So there's about 9 resources. We call them the 9 M's. See, money can help you acquire these other resources, but finding the right combination that works for you is integral to your success. And when you think that money is the only resource that you have available to you and it will get you whatever it is that you want, then you are mistaken, because you have to be cognizant that there's other resources that are integral to business that you need if you want to be successful. So let's break them down. Let's start with management. See, if you have all the money, but you don't have the skills required in management, and that is the right leadership, decision making, expertise of the top team relevant to your business, your progress will be crippled. Remember, everything rises and falls on leadership. You need the right leadership, leading and inspiring others to do the job and make the right progress. The leadership inspires the right culture. The leadership ensures the focus and prioritization is on the right things. The leadership ensures that things are getting done and that no one is being left behind in the process. The leadership should have the right character for the job. The importance of leadership, the right leadership, cannot be stressed enough. Then there's makeup. See, the culture and structure of the organization matters. What is the hierarchy and who reports to whom? Who's in charge of who? Are the right people with the right personalities leading the right people? What sort of culture have you developed and is it appropriate for your business? Then there's manpower. See, you can have all the money and pay the most, but if the people you have working with you are not driven, not motivated, or don't have the skills to actually do the job, your progress will be stunted. So you also need the right people working with you. So we've spoken management, makeup, and manpower. Then there's management information. See, the quality and timeliness of reports that management relies on to make decisions are also important. Management needs information to be able to make decisions, the right decisions for the business. If you don't have the right management information, then you're in for disaster. Then there's also something called methods. You see, methods are the processes adopted by the business. Does the business outsource? Does it use external consultants or internal people? How does it get the product out into the market? Who are the key players required for the business to get this product out into the market or to put the product together? What's the value chain of the business? How does a product get from point A to point B, from the supplier to you and then to the customer? Are there new methods you can implement in the business? Then there's something called markets. Markets are the products and the markets that you operate in. You see, what is the quality of your products? How are they positioned in the market? Do people know you for having the highest quality or the cheapest product or somewhere in between? How large is your market? Do you know who your customers are and why they buy the products you seek to sell? Do these products fulfill their needs? That is markets. Then you have something called machinery. So you can have all the money, but if you don't have the right machinery to be able to produce whatever it is you make, then you'll be stuck. It's true. You see, it's now a largely digital world, and a lot of us work a lot with computers. Computers are machinery, and if you have a shitty machine that you work with to do your job, the truth is the overall success of the business will be impeded because the quality, the type of machinery, the type of computer that you use to work with to produce products or to offer services is just not good enough. Machinery. Then we've got materials. You see, materials is the relationship between you and your suppliers, the cost, quality, and future availability of the materials that you need to produce the products you make and take to the market. Let me give you an example. If you make bags, you have materials that you need for this purpose, the making of a bag. The leather, the cotton, the zips, the buttons are all acquired from somewhere. And from wherever you acquire them, how reliable are your suppliers? Do you get quality materials from them? Will they continue to provide these to you? If something happened to them, how easily can you switch from that supplier to a different supplier? How easily can you get them from somewhere else? Materials. So remember, then there comes in money as the ninth resource. And money can help you purchase a lot of these. A lot of these are the resources. It can help you with sourcing the right materials, the right machinery, going into the right markets, developing better methods, better management information, getting the right manpower to help with the makeup of the organization, as well as acquiring top skills for management. But then, how do you combine all of these resources? Because the right configuration and combination of these resources is effectively something that is integral to your success. Let's go through the 9 M's, the 9 resources once again. Money, management, makeup, manpower, management information, methods, markets, machinery, and materials. You see, then there's also other things that you also need to consider when it comes to your resource audit, your resource allocation, and the resources that you have, which, remember, are strengths on your SWOT, your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. These resources are strengths on your SWOT. If any are sitting as a weakness, what you want to do is seek a way to move them from the weakness block to your strengths block. So there's other things to also consider, like communication. Are people talking to one another? Are they communicating effectively? Integrity. Are people being truthful with each other? Time. How efficiently are tasks being done? Does everyone have time to work on what's important? Then there's also something called trust. Can people trust each other and lean on one another in the business? All of these things come together to effectively assist you on your path to success. You use these strengths to go after opportunities and deal with threats as they arise to you and for your business. A lot of these resources, I realized, were a lot that I didn't have. That was the reason why the project of Strictly Z failed when I was starting it, because there's a lot here that I didn't know. See, I did pay the money, yes, but I didn't have the right manpower, the management. I knew barely nothing about management, makeup, management information, methods. There were no methods developed. Markets, yes, I did have markets, yes, and where this product was going to operate in and who my customers were going to be. But machinery, I didn't have machinery. Materials, I didn't have the materials as well. It was unfortunate, but that was the situation that I found myself in. I didn't have the skills. I knew nothing about web design. So I couldn't also effectively lead this web design and motivate him in the right way in order for the job to get done. But it was a hard lesson that I learned, that I then took with me to learn and understand strategy and business. So I also encourage you to learn more about these resources and these 9 M's that are integral and play a key part to you and your business. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Please do send me feedback on mangaliso.meaty@gmail.com with any thoughts, any ideas that you may have in regards to these 9 M's or any other thing that you may want to chat to me about. I want to thank you so much for all the support that you've given to the podcast to date. I'm really grateful for you, and I'm really happy that the podcast is helping you on your own journey to greatness. Remember, the email is mangaliso.meaty@gmail.com. Until next time, have a great week.